Here's the base. I got to make sure the plastic fits on there where it's going to fit. I'm going to just kind of line that up like that. Let's see how this is going to work. Oh, you know what? I've got a little base piece that fits onto here first. Yeah. Let me get that on there. Yeah, see, I had to slide that on there, and then that comes with a little rubber gasket, and it fits in a notch all the way around. There's some grooves on there. That's just how this one works, okay? Other ones might be slightly different, but and then I've got to hold my mouth just right, make sure that doesn't come off as I'm pushing it through the hole. You know what I mean? That down through there. This is where I've got to decide, do I need to have somebody help me hold this or not? Because see, if I let go, it's going to do this business like that. And I could probably do it by myself. But before I get ready to tighten it, then I've got to hold the base down, and I want to turn this both directions to see where this needs to be lined up. Now see, when I turn it this way, it stops right there. This way goes way over that direction. So I know I've got to situate the base further that way, and then I'm holding the base, and now I'm turning it. Okay, it's stopping there, and it's stopping about there. So I know it needs to be swiveled this way a little bit further. Let's try that. That's about where I think I want it. Okay. So when I get ready to tighten that up, now I'm going to just hold the handle there. It just kind of gives me a gauge. Because when I get ready to tighten that, once I get it almost snug, I got to get back up here again and double check that, swivel it if I need to. You know what I mean? Okay. So now I can kind of lower that down like that and get underneath the sink and tighten that nut up. Okay, step by step, you can do it too. Here I'm telling you to read the directions and everything, and I thought I had this figured out, by golly, by Joe. Okay, well I'm using the base, right? And the base has little notches in it, and there's little notches at the bottom of this. And I saw this with the little rubber gasket, and I thought that went up first because I could see that it fit. And then I put that on top of that, and I'm tightening it up, and this was still spinning, right? Until I realized, hey, you're going to use this one, obviously, and there's a little rubber gasket that fits in a groove there, like that. You're going to put that on there if you're not using this base. I had it tight, and I thought something's going on because this was kind of pooched out of the way and stuff. So I'm going to take, now I don't even need that gasket or anything. Because see, now this fits directly in here. Here's the groove here. And the slick thing about that groove too, it's lined up and it'll keep this thing straight after I put it in. Let's try it again. Now maybe that was for your benefit. We'll never know, will we? Now this is in your directions too, and some are different than others. Okay, I'm putting the rubber washer on underneath, and I'm putting this nut. And see, this nut has a little indentation there, doesn't it? Now, this nut here goes in first the rubber gasket, then the metal one, and then this. Now see, this side has 2 screws on there too. So what happens is you get this as tight as you can. You find that little slot right there, and you're going to have this. I might keep it up about like that, so when I'm spinning it, they both spin together. that same direction. This one doesn't have one, does it? So I'm going to leave it flush. You see what I mean? This has a little notch in it too. Okay, so I can make that up a little bit. So as I'm turning this, the whole thing's going to spin. When I get this almost snug, I'm going to get it snug first. Then I'm going to go up above the sink, make sure the faucet's in the right position and slide it back and forth and all that kind of stuff. Then after I tighten this up, you're not going to just leave the nut tight and that's it. No. You're going to have these screws. Okay, so that has to be in that groove like that, and that washer's supposed to be in that groove too. Okay, so it's going to be like that. And then you're going to tighten that up to the bottom of the cast iron sink. Kind of like a set screw. And you're going to do this side over here too. And you do it up as tight as you can, and that's going to help keep this nut from loosening up in the future. You see what I mean? We still want to get this as tight as possible with the wrenches that I have and all that. But then we're going to use these set screws. Now some don't have the setup like this, but when they do it this way, okay? And then that'll keep this from loosening up. Because that's the main body of your faucet neck right there. If you don't get this tight and secured properly, that's the whole kit and caboodle of this whole project. You got to get this nut nice and tight and snug, and there's only so tight you're going to get it before you got to clamp it down this way. And you can use a little ratchet here, there's a Phillips head there, and I might take a crescent wrench up there or something like that. Okay, there's a tip for you.